Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rye Guy's Garage. I kind of get ahead of you guys a little bit on this one. You know how it is when you got a fresh engine that you want to paint, and you just get excited, and yeah, so half of it got shot without a video, and this is the other half with a video with the other half of the engine already done. So here it is. That's since pressure washing. It's the driver's side. And yeah. And this is the other side. I kind of screwed up on this one to where I shot it without a video, and I got ahead of everything. So that's my bad. But we are going to shoot this side with a video so you know what's going on. So here we go. Alright, so first step in the reversal process of pressure washing this. Oh, and by the way, if you saw my pressure washing video, my phone died right in the middle of filming, so I never got to shoot the final product as you hear it or see it here. So here we are. But yeah, first step, remove the exhaust manifold, take it back off, because we want to get to this area. I have, on this side, there are two bolts that are broke off in the head. I think the other side has one bolt broke off. So I gotta get a few nuts that I can weld on there to extract them out. And we're probably gonna buy new exhaust manifold bolts anyway for this. Well, for the most part, I got it pretty clean. There's a little bit of gunk still in here, but that's no big deal. That's easy stuff. I wonder if that pan's leaking. It is nothing but oil over here. I don't know. Anyways, I think we're going to pull this off because I need to get to the back side of that engine there. I need to put these somewhere where I don't lose them. Sure. Okay. I believe all these are 15 millimeter. Where's my 15 millimeter? Too. I gotta get this belt untangled from the chains. Cool. probably reuse that. It's still nice. Doesn't have any cracks in it, so. One left, I think. And this whole thing comes off. There we go. So, pretty much clean all that up and get it ready. So my main objective with this thing is to clean it up with basically taking the least amount of parts off as possible. So I've been cleaning it up with lacquer thinner just because I have it here. It's a lot easier. Just scrub it with I'm using a microfiber cloth, but just take it, scrub all the oil you missed with stuff that was behind everything else. It just makes for a nicer job. It gives you a guideline to kind of break it all up from each other too. Maybe. Control. You'll see what I mean here. Because these are aluminum heads and the block is cast iron, you'll see what I mean with splitting up that basic line of looking all detailed and whatnot. Probably should get a screwdriver and scrape it off. And then wipe it. Notice these chunks were still in here. I'll take my blow gun and blow that off, get all that stuff out of there. And the loud compressor is going to kick in. Of course.
You always want to take a screwdriver and go over all the flaking stuff. Just kind of loosen it up or chip it off. Because trying to fit in some of these nooks and crannies in this block is pretty hard with a wire brush, unless you have a specific cone wire brush that will fit in there. But what I am using, which I should show you, what I'm using is this, one of my favorite tools for detailing engines and stuff. And for the most part, that end does not fit in some of these nooks and crannies. So, you got to get creative. Well, okay, that's pretty nice so far. Shoot it off with some compressed air a little bit. And sweep up on my mess so I don't track it over everything. You're going to want these. I should have had these. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now what do I do? Hi. I'm back. Can't see absolutely anything out of these. So we're going to go and yeah, just be careful. Okay, so we are going to do the cleanup process. I got some lacquer thinner in this little bottle. It's for cleaning guns. It's got a nice little spout on it. These work perfect for spraying. I know a lot of people like to use brake clean, like in an aerosol can. This does the same thing, and it's way cheaper. I think brake clean's up to like $5 or $6 a can, where you can get a whole gallon of this stuff for $20 at like Home Depot, or if you go to the auto parts store, it's called lacquer thinner. This is my favorite. It's pretty harsh. If you have sensitive hands, you do not want to get this on them, because it will tear you up. I do not know what I did with my brushes. There's one of them. Okay. Essentially, I like to start at the top and work my way down so it all runs downhill and can splash off the block. But what I'll do is just take it and squirt it like this. Oh, what did I do with it? There it is. Oh, another thing, you probably see, I'm used to it because I do auto body work for a living, so I'm constantly smelling chemicals, etc., etc. So I'm used to the smell, but you're going to want to use this stuff in a well-ventilated area, or before you know it, you're feeling wheezy. So, word to the wise. I'm immune to it, just because I use it all the time. I mean, lacquer thinner in a body shop is the quintessential heart. But what I'm doing, this is a gun cleaning brush for a spray gun. And I just like to go in the nooks and crannies with it, because it does a pretty good job if you've missed any grease of getting it out of there, on top of a heavy lacquer thinner bath. And then what I'll do, I'll just keep going back over that until I stop seeing dirt or whatever come out of that pocket. See, all that was cloudy lacquer thinner. So I know each time I do this, I'm taking a little more and a little more and a little more with each splash I give it, I should say. I guess I'm kind of rambling on, so I'll shut up now. And just because I'm doing it this way, this is probably my favorite way, because it's quick and it's easy. Just because I'm doing it this way doesn't mean there's other ways that work. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I pretty much missed a bunch of this back there. That's the problem with pressure washing these with the exhaust manifolds on. You miss a whole bunch. But you can always go back over it with something else and just get it a little bit cleaner. Well, I gotta refill my lacquer. Down there and out. I really hope I'm not wasting all this time on this oil pan for it not to fit the truck anyway. Because that is something I'm still not sure on. We won't know until we start to put it on the cherry picker and set it down in there for its first fitment. So. Probably not going to get too crazy with this one here. This is going to be covered back up anyway and you won't see most of it. Basically all we want is paint to be blown in there so it stays nice. I think for the most part it'll stick. This engine enamel is pretty good for what it is. Typically, I'm not a fan of doing them this way. I like to strip the paint down all the way down the metal. And what I'll do is heat the block up with like a butane torch or whatever. And once all that sweat gets out of the block, then I'll come in and I'll shoot the whole thing with epoxy primer. And then I can really start to make an engine look good. because I'll base coat, clear coat it after I epoxy prime it. And man, they look nice. Let me tell you what. It looks about like the paint on your car outside is about how shiny they are when I'm finished. So, it is worth it to do it that way. It just takes longer because you got to prep them even more than what I'm doing here. But for someone in their backyard throwing them together, this is fine. You ain't got to get carried away and spend $1,000 and tools and what have you to pretty much prep this just for, you know, paint. Sorry, I'm not very good at talking when I'm busy scrubbing or working with my hands. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we are. Yeah. Okay. I like to go back over after I'm done wiping it with lacquer thinner and make sure you get all the residue off, because that residue really screws up a paint job. It don't matter if you're using aerosol cans or if you're shooting it out of a gun. That residue causes all kinds of adhesion problems. And let me tell you, that ain't fun. Alright. So, we'll go get masking tape. I'll try it one time. If that gives me problems, I'll just say the heck with it. Sure, that'll work. What? Stinking stick to that head gasket. There. This should work. Okay. Probably gonna drape something over this pulley. That's what I did before. Well, before I kind of really just painted over it, and then I went back over it with some black. Well, that should be just fine for what we're doing. For this, we're going to be using VHT Engine Enamel Primer and the VHT Engine Enamel for the color, which is Chevy Engine Orange. Let it dry for a little bit and come back. Back for a quick second coat, and then we can start the orange. Sometimes you don't even need to do a second coat. The reason why I'm doing it is when I sprayed this on there, I kind of got it pretty thin. You can tell in a couple of spots. It'll just make for a nicer lay down of the orange. That orange can be tricky at times. Other times it turns out great. I mean, nice. And then I've had it to where it just looks like crap. No matter how many coats of orange you spray on, it's like you can never get it to look right. I don't know if it's because of doing it without primer and then doing it with primer. I don't know. I've never really found that answer out on that one. It is finally time to spray this thing orange. She's been drying up, and it's pretty good. So, when you're doing this, if you're doing it in spots like I am, you're going to want to get a piece of like cardboard or something. Something that's like perfect for putting up against. You want a straight edge to just hold it up and without splashing a lot of overspray on something. Just makes it easier. We better put the fan on, I reckon. Okay. Don't worry, guys, because if you get this on something, if you got that lacquer thinner, just put it on a microfiber cloth or something. Wipe it off. It is that simple. Don't have to freak out about it. It wipes off. Okay. Not too bad. I gotta get some more at the store. I'm now out of orange. What do you guys think? It's pretty good for what it was. Probably can't tell in the video, but this thing's really starting to brighten up now. Always happens on the second coat. And this will be the final coat on this. 2 is really all you really need to do, as long as you use primer. Usually if you don't use the primer, it's like 3 or 4 coats before it actually truly covers. But I used the primer on this, so it looks pretty good. Okay. What do you guys think? Still gotta remove that tape up in there, but from what it was when we originally started, when we pressure washed this, it looks pretty dang good, I'll say. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a like and maybe even a subscribe. I don't know. I need subscribers. If you like the content, or maybe tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I can fix it. So, or work on how I'm shooting it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed.